the world? There's that old woman stumbling and knocking over everything. I bet you Henry done stayed out again.
I bet she's looking for that telephone right now.
Man, I tell you what let's do. Let's go over here and put our ears up against the wall and see what's happening.
Okay.
Hello? Mabel? Wake up, girl. I got to talk to you. Say, what time is it? Honey, here it is 4 o'clock in the morning and Henry ain't come home yet. He left here Friday with his paycheck. Been gone 3 days. Now, honey, you know if he's been gone that long, he must be with another woman. Say what he say when he comes in? Comes in jiving and laughing just like nothing ain't happened. Guilty, girl. Yeah, honey, guilty. Nah, Mabel, he ain't over to his mother's. You know them mother-in-laws. Never did like me. Never did want to see us together. Girl, she can't stand me. Mabel, I can't keep on putting up with this mess. Especially every weekend. Somebody's got to go. Say what he say about leaving? Honey, that man ain't going nowhere. Say if it being in leaving, I'm the one to go. But Mabel, you know one thing? If I ever make up my mind to leave Henry can just say, Papa kissed the natural baby, cause it ain't gonna be no going back. I'm gonna take everything. Take the linoleum off the floor. No, honey. I'm gonna take the salt out the shaker. Mabel, baby, I sure am sorry I had to call you this time in the morning. But girl, I just had to talk to somebody. You going back now and try to get yourself some sleep. I'm gonna try to get myself some. Okay, baby. Okay, sugar. Call you later. Henry! Henry's that you, baby?
Hello?
Come on in here and get in this bed. You know you got to go to work in the morning. Betcha everything is all right. Henry just got home.
See there, man? What did I tell you? Did nothing happen.
Henry! Wake up, Henry! You got a lot of nerves laying in that bed snoring just like nothing ain't happened. Then stayed out 3 days. Henry! Wake up, you hear me talking to you. You got any money?
Oh, leave me alone.
Leave you alone? Man, is you losing your mind? You must be crazy. Then went out and throwed all your money away. Yeah, the rent's due. Bill collectors knocking on the door. No food in the house. You ain't even got a quarter to buy the dog some food. See there? There he is asking for something to eat now. Henry, I ain't gonna keep on putting up with this mess. I know you ain't got a quarter cause I done looked through your clothes. Man, you better get on up out that bed and get on to work. Been out in the streets gallivanting. I know you must have been out with another woman.
Oh, leave me alone. You must have been listening to old gossiping old friends of yours.
Who you mean? Mabel and Jesse, man?
Yeah, that's who I mean. They ain't no friends of yours no how. They're always talking about you. You know Mabel's on your party line. I bet she knows Jesse May's talking about you right now.
Well, I'm gonna pick up this phone and see.
Well, go on, see for yourself then.
You better know what you talking about.
Always talking, gossiping old women. I don't know what's wrong with them women.
Jesse May? This is Mabel, honey. Jubilee just hung up the phone talking about that Henry again. Yeah, honey, left her for 3 days. Then threw away all the money. Girl, I get so tired of that woman calling me all the time about that man. Saying when she gonna leave Henry, he can kiss the baby goodbye, take the linoleum off the floor, even says she gonna take the salt out the shake and all that mess. What in the world could she be thinking about? Especially with all that stuff she's putting down when Henry's at work. Girl, if Henry knew that Jubilee was out just 2 nights ago with Mr. Collins, a filling station man, I bet he'd take the salt out of her shaker.
See, you done hung up the phone. What'd you hang it up for? They must have been...
Oh, shut up!
What you mean, shut up?
You don't know what you talking about. You hadn't been sitting there listening and watching, you wouldn't have known nothing about it. You better get on up from here and get on out of here to work.
I'm going to work. Just give me my wallet, woman. Just give me my wallet.
Well, here it is. Now make it. Got the nerves of a brass monkey always running around thinking everybody's supposed to swallow all this kind of stuff. I don't understand what you talking about. Hello? Mabel? Wait a minute, girl. Let me turn this record down. Girl, he's done wore this record out. And how come they got to play it so loud? Like to drove me out of my mind. Honey, I just let the last one of them out of here. Yeah. I let Jessie Mae's daughter Anna Ruth have a shake, shimmy, and rock party. And honey, they shaked and shimmied and rocked all over the place from the time they got here till the last one just shaked and shimmied out the door. Girl, they something else. Honey, you ought to see the expressions on their faces. They really in a world to themselves. Put them all together with that long hair and you can't tell who's the boy and who's the girl. Girl, you ought to seen Anna Ruth's boyfriend with all that long hair. Look like something just come up out the water. Honey, what you think's on their mind? Look, honey, couldn't be no school books. Jessie Mae told me the other day that Anna Ruth had the radio going, watching the TV, listening to the record player, and reading the lessons all at the same time. And you know what she had the nerves to say to her mother? That she was studying for her examination. How could she get any sense in her head with all that mess going on? Ask them to do some work, and honey, they got to work to the beat. Girl, I don't know what this generation is coming to. And these grandchildren of mine ain't out of their diapers good, honey, and they shaking too. Little Lucius, he ain't but 2 years old, and he was shaking so hard to the radio, he shaked all across the floor and shook right out of his diapers. Yeah, honey, won't be long before Henry get home. Let me get off of this phone. Okay, baby, call you later.
Ruby Lee, have you lost your mind? What in the world is that noise? If you don't turn that loud record
Henry,
off, I'll
don't you turn that record off. I'm gonna listen to my rock and roll soul music, and I don't care who don't like it. I dig what them teenagers like. Mabel and Jessie Mae with their old-fashioned selves, they don't like it because they too old and decrepit. Can't shake and can't shimmy. Hello? Jessie Mae? Girl, I just had to call you. What you doing? Yeah, honey. Mabel just got off the phone talking about them teenagers of hers. Fussing about who's gonna use the phone. Girl, Mabel don't understand them teenagers. Honey, they can talk all the way from school and live next door, and the minute they get home, they're on the phone talking to each other like bell clappers. Mabel said the only way she can get to use the phone is go down to the corner phone booth. Honey, she gonna have to get them a phone of their own. Huh? Honey, she gonna have to put it in their bedroom. You know how they lounge, wearing out the furniture, feet hanging on the wall, dancing and talking all at the same time. Girl, they talk on the phone so long till the place where they live leaves a print of their bodies. Yeah, honey. They dial the phone so much that they done dial all the numbers right off the face of the phone. But Jessie Mae, just between you and me, who could talk any longer than Mabel on the phone? And half the time, honey, she ain't talking about nothing. Honey, them teenagers ain't nothing but a chip off the old block. Girl, Mabel can call me at 9 o'clock in the morning, don't get off the phone till them teenagers get home from school. And honey, she ain't never got the dinner ready. And half the time she talks so much that she burns it all up talking on the phone.
Ruby Lee, why don't you gossiping on women get off the phone? I bet you've been on that phone ever since I went to work this morning.
Shut up, Henry. Jessie Mae, honey, let me get off of this phone. Okay, doll, call you later. Henry, don't you come in here telling me to get off of this phone. I can talk on this phone as long as I want to talk. Talk anytime I get good and ready. It's my phone, I paid for it with my money. I can't help it if Jessie Mae calls me gossiping all the time. I don't like to talk on the phone no how. It ain't none of your business to come in here bugging me about. Hello? Mabel? Girl, you been listening to the news? What you think about all these things that's happening in this world today? Honey, I'm telling you, the floods wiping all the towns out, planes falling and running into each other. they got the nerves to talk about they going up there to Mars somewhere or another? Yeah, done took some pictures. Honey, the pictures they get, whatever may show up may scare them to death and they drop dead at the sight of seeing them. Yeah, what you call them men that went up there in space? Yeah, astronauts. Astronauts up there hanging all out of the... What's them things they went up there and in? Yeah, honey, them astronauts hanging all out of the... What you call them things? Yeah, the capsules. Lord, honey, I pity the fool if he hadn't found his way back in that capsule. He'd have been up there hanging in midair. And honey, can you pray tell me how come they want to go up there on the moon? Now, what in the world they want to do up there on the moon? Honey, I can't see for the love of me what they want to go up on that moon for. Go mess with that moon, honey, and we won't have no moon shining down here on Earth. Better try and straighten out things down here before they go up there messing with that moon. So many things happening down there in Alabama, Mississippi, Bogalusa. Got them deacons mad and all them people down there. What you think about that Vietnam and Dominguez? What is it? Yeah, Dominguez. And they going up there messing with that moon, hanging all out the capsules. Honey, they better straighten out what's happening down here, cause honey, just between you and me, Mabel, honey, things ain't right. Yeah, what's that man's name? Mr. Khrushchev. No, Mr. K. And all his fiery temper. He got so bad he had to resign. Couldn't stand himself. But if he hadn't resign, they'd have shot him out. Talking about Castro down there, he's just as bad as Mr. K. They think they can straighten out things. Talking about war on poverty. Anytime they get through fighting over all that money and everything, the poor folks won't even be able to eat. Nah, they ain't kidding nobody. Them poor folks ain't gonna get none of that money, honey. Big people done started to fight and figuring out that money already. Nah, honey, that ain't nothing but the big fish eating up the little fish. Honey, us poor folks. They don't know nothing about how the poor folks think, girl. They want to know how the poor folks think and what to do with some of that money they gonna give to war on poverty. They can come right on down here to me and Henry's house, honey, and we can tell them just exactly what the poor world is like. JBL inviting all them folks down there on his ranch, all that barbecue and holding them conference around them ribs and things. Better be trying to do something about straightening out this world. Cause I don't know what this world's coming to, honey. I don't know, honey. Look like it might be at its end. Better be staying up there in Washington, trying to hold some kind of conference of some sort with them diplomats and senators and representatives and people like that. Better be trying to figure out something to straighten out the conditions of this world. Cause I'm telling you, it keeps on like it's going. I don't know. You want to hear it from me, honey? Unless they do something about it, I think all of them need to be wiped off the earth. That's just what need to be happening. Cause look like they ain't gonna never get nothing straightened out. And, honey, you ever heard how the young people killing up the old people? All crazy with all that dope and using them knives and guns. 15 years old. Lady cried for help and the other just shot her down cause she hollered for help. I don't know what's happening with the... what about that great big old building up there in, New York? Call it the United Nations. I'm telling you, honey, them diplomats dying like flies, honey. They ain't got no money to run the place, and them people that owe money won't pay. I don't know. Everybody wants to be a leader. Can't be all chiefs and no Indians. After a while, it's gonna be so ain't nobody gonna follow nobody, cause nobody don't wanna believe in nobody. Don't need no leader. When they say blinds have more fun. Now this don't look bad at all. This ain't nothing but some glamour. Honey, let me pick up this phone and call Mabel. Hello? Mabel? This is Jubilee, honey. Guess what I done? Girl, I done bought myself a blonde wig. What you mean if I lost my mind? What is Henry gonna say? Henry better not say nothing. Henry might tell me when to come and go and all that kind of mess. But when it comes to telling me what's to wear on my head, honey, somebody's got to go. Better not come in here giving me no bad time. Especially with all the stuff I done put up with Henry.
Really? You got anything to eat? I'm starved.
Honey, let me get off of this phone. Here's this hungry man. Call you later.
Woman, what in the world is that thing you got on your head?
Henry, don't you come in here asking me what's this thing I got on my head. It's a wig, that's what it is.
A wig?
You heard me. A wig, and I bought it.
You bought it with my money? Woman, you ain't got no business spending my money on no wig. I put money in this house for bacon and eggs and pork chops and dogs.
And a wig, too. Hand-tied at that.
Jubilee, you ain't gonna wear that thing out in the street.
Oh, yes, I am gonna wear it out in the street. Wear it anywhere I wanna wear it.
I don't see why you don't fix your hair like just a man anyhow. But, well, her hair's always shining pretty.
I've got news for you. The same shiny hair you see on Jessie Mae's head is a wig, too. Me and her bought them at the same time. I ought to know.
Well, you sure got a lot of nerve if you're gonna wear that thing. I'll bet old Mabel and Jessie Mae's on your party line talking about you like a dog.
Well, I'm gonna pick up this phone and see.
I don't know, dig them old gossiping old women buying them hair wigs. Took my money and bought a...
Girl, did you see that blonde wig Jubilee bought? Honey, I told her she must be losing her mind. You mean to tell me she's got the nerve to wear that thing in the street? If she do, honey, she sure Lord will stop traffic. You know she can't afford to spend that kind of money, especially with the pay Henry brings home. And half the time, honey, throws it all in the street before he gets home. Girl, if Henry knew how much Jubilee paid for that blonde thing, I bet he'd take the salt out of her shaker.
Jubilee, stop that eavesdropping on that telephone. Come on, give me my food.
Oh, shut up, Henry. You ain't got no manners at all. You might have heard me listening in. Mabel and Jessie Mae ain't no friends of mine, no. I care about this blonde wig. I'm gonna wear it in the street, out in the street, anywhere I want to wear it. Ain't nobody gonna question me about what I'm gonna put on my head. Henry and nobody else. I bought it. Don't make me no difference whose money I used. I've got this wig and I'm gonna wear it. Hello? Jessie Mae? Girl, I was just fixing to call you. I was sitting up here thinking about that out crowd Henry runs around with. No, I ain't talking about no in crowd. Honey, I'm talking about that out crowd that ain't got no class. And one of them friends of Henry's called up here the other night about 3 o'clock in the morning, talking all that off-the-wall talk. I told him, man, is you out of your mind calling up here this time in the morning, waking everybody up? Said he wanted to talk to Henry. And girl, Henry acted all crazy just like he didn't know who it was on the telephone. Yeah, they had a thing going. Calling up trying to get Henry to come out. Yeah, honey. That's where Henry goes and stays 2 and 3 days at a time. Yeah. Henry got another one of them outcrowders, one of them sick racetrack goers. Jessie Mae, that man is sick. carries a racetrack farm under his arm just like a Bible. You ought to see how he goes about it. Tell you about them horse players. One of them horses is for kings and folks who can afford to lose. One of them outcrowders ain't got no business fooling around with no horses. Had the nerves to try to get Henry to play the horses. I knew Henry ain't got enough money to eat on, much less than playing horses. Girl, that man is really sick. Talking about he's gonna win enough money to go into business, buy him a home on the hill with a swimming pool. One of them horses done him in so much he ain't got enough money to buy himself a bathtub to bathe his body in. Girl, he done played them horses so long that he looks like a horse. They ought to run him. All up here the other night talking about he had a sure tip. A horse do come in, honey, he ain't gonna have nothing but a $2 show bet on him. Had the nerves to tell Henry he better put a big amount on the front end. Now where in the world is Henry gonna get a big amount of money for the front end? Henry ain't got enough money to put on his own front end, much less than a horse's front end. Other night Henry was dreaming, talking all in his sleep, talking about 4, 11, 7, and 44. And honey, you know what? That man jumped straight up in the bed talking about what's leading. Guess he was dreaming about them numbers. Honey, I can't blame the in crowd for not associating with that out crowd. At least the in crowd is trying to go somewhere. But that out crowd, they ain't doing nothing but going out the world backwards. Honey, that Henry's cousin, Jose, been laying around here for the past 4 days. Don't want to go to work, trying to keep Henry from going to his. But Lord, honey, if Henry ever gets off of that job, I don't know what'll happen. That cousin Jose, he ought to be the president of that out crowd. Been laying up here, ain't got a dime. He went down to the unemployment office, and he done been down there in that line so many times. When he finally got up the window, the woman just closed the window down and told him, don't come back. Honey, that's the greediness, eatingest man I ever saw in my life. Got a belly that hangs all down under the table. Yeah, got them great big old eyes that look like he's laughing all the time. When he got back from the unemployment office, got Henry over in the corner by himself, thought I wasn't listening. Told Henry to give him a Charlie. Girl, what is he talking about, give him a Charlie? A what? $1? Yeah, that's what it was. Huh. I got his Charlie. Henry ain't got no Charlie, no Frank either. Girl, that man is something else. No, he don't know how to act. Last night we had some friends over and I went to the kitchen to fix some snacks and brought them back in the living room, put them on the coffee table. And honey, before I knew it, that cousin Jose done ate up all the snacks. Honey, he was eating so fast, girl, he almost ate up his fingers. Honey, that man embarrassed me so much. People were sitting around, sipping on their scotch on the rocks, gin and 7-Up, bourbon and water, and that man sitting over in the corner, and instead of him asking me to go out in the kitchen or somewhere so he could ask, that man hollered all across the living room floor and asked me if I had some wine. Girl, that man made me feel so bad and everything that after my friends left, I got Henry and him backed up in the corner, and I told Henry, if you don't get your cousin Jose with his fat-bellied self out of my house, you and him both are going. Jesse May, let me get off this phone. It is about 4 o'clock and Henry will be coming home. Okay, honey. Call you later. his mind to teach me how to drive. Yeah, girl, I'm tired of staying home boxed up behind these four walls while Henry's out gallivanting up and down the street. No, honey, he wouldn't teach me how to drive if he knew all I wanted to do was jump in the car and go find him when he don't come home. Honey, let me get off of this phone before he changes his mind. I see him outside blowing the horn like somebody crazy. Call you when I get back.
Jubilee!
Okay, I'm coming.
Jubilee, you just get in the car and do what I tell you.
Now, Henry, if you're gonna start being a school teacher, I ain't your student. All I want to do is learn how to drive my car.
Your car?
You heard me, my car. I'm helping to make these payments just like you.
Well, you sure got a lot of nerve talking like that and all the time wanting me to learn you how to drive. Now, here's what you do. Just turn on the key and start up the motor. Put the car in reverse, let the handbrake off, step on the gas easy, and back on out of the driveway. Jubilee, you done tore half the house off. Step on the brakes.
Oh, shut up, Henry. What you mean step on the brakes? You ain't told me nothing about stepping on no brakes.
Oh, Lord, what you reach for the handbrakes for? I said step on the brakes.
Step on what brakes? These the brakes you told me to let down when we started.
All right. The brakes are on the floor that you stopped the car with. Jubilee, move on out of the way. Let me back this car on out in the street before you run into the neighbor's car.
Oh, shut up, Henry. You just stay where you are. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, Lord, Jubilee, you done run into Mr. Jones's car.
Mr. Jones' car ain't nothing but an old wreck nohow. All them fenders been banged up for a long time. I ought to call the police and make them take it off the street.
Oh, Jubilee, just push on the gas easy and drive on down to the corner, stop, and stop. Woman, you like to throw me out of the window. Now what are you standing there for?
Can't you see I'm putting on my lipstick?
Jubilee, will you please put out your hand and make a left signal and turn left when you get down at the corner? Now what in the world are you waving your hands all around the circle for?
Well, Henry, can't you see I'm drying the polish on my fingernails?
Jubilee, will you please get out of the middle of the street? Don't you hear all them horns blowing for you to move over?
Get over? Henry, I ain't thinking about them people. Can't they see I'm learning how to drive my car?
Jubilee, now what are you doing? You can't turn around in the middle of the street.
Oh, yes, I can. I just saw a dress in the store window, and I'm going back to see how much it costs.
Jubilee, stop this car. Stop this car.
What you mean, stop this car? Man, you ain't doing nothing but making me nervous. Henry, go and take this wheel. You can have it. If I can't learn how to drive the way I want to learn how to drive, I don't want to learn how to drive at all. These nuts out here in the street blowing their horns like somebody crazy, thinking the street don't belong to nobody but them. Yeah, I ain't gonna ask you to learn me how to drive no more. I don't want to learn how to drive. Just let me go on home. People make me sick every time a woman tries to learn how to drive. They gonna make out like they're doing everything wrong.
Hello, operator? I wonder what in the world is wrong with this telephone. Oh, Jubilee and Jessie May done wore this thing out. Hello, operator. Oh, operator? Would you kindly give me Mabel, please? Oh, I'm sorry, operator. Just a minute. Give me 7-3. Just a minute, operator. Let me get my glasses. 7362162. Yes, ma'am, that's the one I want. Hello, Mabel? Is Jubilee over there? Yeah, thank you. Hello, Jubilee? You and Mabel better come on over here and see what's wrong with that next door neighbor of yours, Clarence. The doctor just went over there with that little old black bag. I don't know. I talked to Clarence not so long ago. Said he didn't feel so good. Said he had powerful pain in his stomach. Huh? No, he didn't eat much. Said he had 3 or 4 pork chops, 2 ham sandwiches, 3 pieces of fried chicken, some fried tripe, and them chitlins and hog balls that you sent over there last night. 2 or 3 slices of thin ham, a bowl of sauerkraut, a piece of lemon pie with some ice cream on it, and 4 slices of watermelon and a shrimp cocktail. That's all he said he had to eat. Huh? No, said he didn't have much to drink neither. Said he had 4 bottles of beer, a glass of lemonade, 2 cups of black coffee, a short dog of muscatel wine, some buttermilk, a 7-Up, and a pot of tea. Yeah, that's every speck he drank. Well, y'all ought to come on over here and see what's the matter with this man. Wait a minute. Here comes the doctor out of his house now. He's coming over here. Wait a minute, he's knocking on the door. Just a minute, doctor. Let me unlatch the screen. What'd you say, doctor? Oh. Hello, Ruby Lee? You and Mabel have to come over now. What did the doctor say was wrong with Clarence? He said Clarence was anemic, and he had to prescribe some vitamin pills to give him an appetite.